All right, so we have nothing for the Houston Roughnecks right now. Seattle Sea Dragons. Morgan Ellison's questionable. He didn't really play that well last week, so it's a guy that maybe you want to stay away from. That just kind of, but mostly everybody's probable or questionable for the DC St. Louis game, even though it's a bit early to kind of figure this out. A lot of injuries. Ethan Wolf, we knew he was going to be out. Raquel Armstead, out. So if you want to start Abram Smith, he could be a guy to start this week because he is going to be the main guy there. Michael Joseph, everybody else seems to be probable, just kind of nicked up, but good to see, everybody else seems to be good, including people on the offensive line. Steven Mitchell, a guy that started playing well as of late. He had a quad injury, but he is probable, so everybody's looking okay on the St. Louis Battlehawks side of things. On the Guardians, concussion, DeAndre Francois, he's questionable now, so it looks like he could be making his way back. Martavis Bryant, doubtful. So he did not practice, no practice/travel, so we'll see what happens with him. J.P. Dawson, a linebacker, is out. Isaiah Williams, offensive lineman, has been suspended. Not really sure what's that all about. So he is out. The rest of the guys on there, Brent Hundley and Sean Price, for example, on offense, all look like they are probable, with Robert Windsor as potentially doubtful for the game. For the Arlington San Antonio, Javonte Patton, wide receiver with a concussion, he's probable, but Edmund Robinson, a linebacker, a good linebacker, he is out, and so is Jake Stentz, offensive lineman. You don't want to see that. Travis Johnson, back. He is out, wide receiver there. TJ Vasher is probable on the offensive side. Other than that, and then they have Mike Scott, their defensive end, is going to be out. So there is what you have for the latest injury notes. On to the depth charts. Next up is the depth charts. I don't know if you could see that. It's about as, and I can get probably closer maybe. Let's see if we can get closer to help you guys out. How's that? Move this up. All right. So for Arlington Renegades, Victor Bolden is on the list as a backup to Javonte Patton. Maybe Bolden sees some time. We'll have to find out how quickly he can get things up. Sal Cannella, of course, there. Starting quarterback is Kyle Sloter, who I still think should be, and Devon Smith. Brandon Arcondo is back in, and so is Tyler Vaughn. But we'll see if Victor Bolden could be a big-time get for the Arlington Renegades. On offensive side for the San Antonio Brahmas, Travis Tovin is out there. Lees Mack is a guy. But again, Jack Cohn and Juwan Pass are your two quarterbacks. So I wonder if Pass will see some time. Stay away from the running backs. Kalen Ballage, Jaquez Patrick, they haven't done anything. TJ Vasher is listed on here, and so is Calvin Turner and Landon Akers. So Turner could be a guy to kind of keep an eye on. But again, these things could change going forward. On the Vegas St. Louis side of thing, Hakeem Butler, Jake Sutherland, all players. A.J. McCarron is the guy. Austin Pearl, Darius Shepard are all guys. Guys are starting to get excited about George Campbell as a possibility as a guy going forward, so keep an eye on him. On the Vegas Vipers side of offense, Geronimo Allison will be the starter. Luis Perez is still the guy. And Jeff Badette. Martavis Bryant looks like he's out, so Sneak Sweeting is another guy to keep an eye on. But again, the Vegas Vipers, I feel like, are so close. Could this be an upset? I don't know. But they seem so close. They have good defensive players. We haven't seen anything from Martavis Bryant. And I think they have some playmakers on the offensive side. We'll kind of have to see how that goes. Orlando, Seattle. Quentin Dormandy or Paxton Lynch. Should be Quentin Dormandy all the way. Cody Latimer is a guy. Eli Rogers. Lance Lenoir, another good guy. Charleston Rambo can play well on the offensive side. So, they've got wide receivers. They just need a quarterback to get them the ball. DeAndre Francois is listed as third on this list. However, they do have 4 quarterbacks. So we will find out with that because Francois had the concussion, but he seems to be back. in the mix. Seattle Sea Dragons on offense, Damon Willis, guy in there, Ben DiNucci, Darius Bradwell, Ja'Cour Pearson is a guy, Blake Jackson, Juwan Green are the guys there on offense for them to keep an eye on that, but everything looks pretty normal here. And on the Houston DC Defenders, now this game is out farther, but on the Defenders offense, Josh Hammond, Abram Smith, of course, Raquel Armstead is out, so Raymond Callis will be the backup there. On, let's see, wide receiver, Jaquez Ezzard and Lucky Jackson. Jazz Ferguson and Chris Blair. Chris Blair is listed behind Lucky Jackson. Jaquez Ezzard is back. And they also have Jazz Ferguson, a guy who was a player in the XFL in 2020. So keep an eye on what they go with there on as far as the Roughnecks offense. Justin Smith, you've got Max Borghi, you've got Brandon Silvers, Travell Harris could be a guy that see a lot of action. Cedric Bird, Deontay Burnett. Who is going to be the guy from the Houston Roughnecks offense to step up